welcome. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Production faux pas, ladies and gentlemen. They're bound to happen eventually, okay? I haven't muted either Rapid or I, but here we go. Second semifinals match as we start on Abyssal Reef. Now, spawning down here, the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the red Terran player who managed to make his way over his opponent in Zane earlier on is going to be representing True Esports. It's SouL.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow. And his opponent, the other guy from Team Liquid, playing in this tournament. Spawning up in the upper left-hand corner as the blue Zerg, this is Team Liquid's Snute.
And Rapid, I'm amazed because normally, you're familiar with the Team Liquid curse, right? Whenever Team Liquid players sign up for any event or are in a tournament, they are always going to end up team killing each other.
Yeah, apparently the curse is starting to shatter a little bit as they're, well, first of all, they have to work on, not eliminating themselves from these games. So TLO out of there, their other Zerg player, Snute, one of the most winning foreign players of literally all time, playing here representing Team Liquid. And of course, he's spawning in his home team colors. So maybe that is a little bit of an advantage too.
Yeah, but he's going to be up against something rather interesting. He sees the first Reaper, but this is not exactly the most common thing to do. A 3 racks Reaper. And guess what? Snute's finally going to move on over here. He's going to scout out the 2 barracks on the low ground and know what he's up against now. But is he going to be super prepared for this? I haven't really seen too many of these on Abyssal Reef.
Yeah, so Abyssal Reef, especially with Reapers, the cool thing, at least for me, is that you can get right behind the mineral line, and there's only one. I guess that's 2. There's only 2 places where you can run your Zerglings around if you do have your Reapers there. Now, ideally, you want to keep them a little bit more mobile, but if you do want to commit to that, it can be a little bit difficult. Instead, he's actually going to be abusing the main base, and with these slow Zerglings coming up and some decent grenade hits, catching 2 or 3 Zerglings here and there, this is starting to put some pressure on.
Look at this confidence, though, from Snute. He's making 7 drones right now, finally starting up around his Zerglings, but he is just absolutely not afraid, and he picks off a Reaper, almost kind of bolstering that confidence right now.
Actually was so close to losing his queen there as well, with only 50 health left. He does push those Reapers back, and there are still 3 more Reapers in production, so this is not letting up just yet. He's continuing to maintain that Reaper production. We'll see what he can do with it.
Yeah, the important thing, though, is that Overlord for Snute still sees, okay, yeah, you're still making Reapers right now. He does finally move it back a little bit further. Kind of funny enough, because I think he's expecting, okay, you're going to you pull back your Reapers, you're probably going to start making Marines right now, but no, it's still Reaper production with a 3rd also coming out, which the Overlord is also going to scout out.
So this is actually a really strange, but this is the if when in doubt, if one all-in doesn't succeed, the second round of the all-in is still going to be devastatingly strong because there's still no roaches, and really, like you said, with TLO, or not TLO, oops, the other Zerg player with Snute producing so many drones off the back of that, he might just not have enough. For sure, he's going to lose this 3rd base and have that canceled with so many Reapers hitting on it. Now, trying to get this flank with the Zerglings, I mean, there's almost as many Reapers as there are Zerglings at this point.
Oh, that's not a cancel. That's a kill on that hatchery. That's a big deal. And the Reapers also managed to kite back over to the mineral line, what's going to be so difficult for these Zerglings to actually get a good surround. Funny enough, the Reaper grenades kind of help with the surround, and Snute, I mean, he doesn't clean up all the Reapers, but he kills off a surprisingly large number of them in exchange for the 3rd, though.
Well, to be fair, SouL did actually kill a few of his own Reapers with those grenades going down. So KD8s definitely getting some kills on those Reapers. Now the roaches are out, Reapers are going to become a lot less useful. However, they're still useful for run-bys and picking off Zerglings and straggling roaches. So they'll be able to be a little bit annoying, but he's got to worry about this pressure at the main.
Yeah, this is that kind of weird moment where just 4 roaches are suddenly causing all the havoc and hell that you can imagine. Really shouldn't be happening right now. The bunker is a bit late going up, considering I guess SouL didn't really realize how he was going to end up losing all those Reapers. So, of course, you were just expecting they were going to be able to buy time. But now the wall has been broken down. The bunker is about to finish up finally. But, I mean, is it going to really be enough?
Yes, it is, Fear Dragon. Mass repair going off on that bunker, and it will just barely force those roaches back.
Yeah, loses a lot of workers in the process, but he does still have 3 CC in Rapid. If there's anything I've learned from Heart of the Swarm, it's that 3 CC literally is the equivalent of 78 workers.
That's actually an insane number. I'm not sure just about the math, but Ravagers are one way to deal with this bunkered up Terran. It does look like he will be at least pretty effective in doing that. Bunker does go down, and with those corrosive vials landing, SouL is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, at this point, it seems like SouL's gonna give up. GG gets called. Snute takes the game. Game number 1.
Yeah, Snute is really, really good at knowing exactly when and where to kill his opponent. I was really a little bit worried, to be fair, Ravi, when the third base actually got killed rather than canceled.
Yeah.
But yikes, that was, that's a lot of minerals to go down that early on in the game. But no, Snute was just like, okay, well, can't get my third base up. Let's just go kill him. And he does.
Yeah, it was also that kind of questionable moment where Snute trades out almost every single one of his army units that normally, like, the big thing that will go through a lot of people's mind is, I took a huge amount of economic damage, so I have to counterattack. But killing those Reapers also, he lost a majority of his army. All those Zerglings ended up dying. So it was kind of that moment where you also think, did he lose too much? Can he not counterattack anymore? Did he end up killing off his opponent's Reapers, but also killing off his entire army himself? But he was able to make it work with the Roaches just charging straight across the map. And I think SouL, again, he was just like really caught off guard by that.
Yeah, I mean, especially the having to sacrifice so many SCVs just to barely hold on in the first place, barely getting his Marines in the bunker, barely mass repairing the bunker, and then as soon as Ravagers came, he's like, oh, okay, well, time to get out. And that's going to take us into our next game, going to be on Newkirk Precinct, Fear Dragon.
Should be an interesting one as our second TVZ of the day. It's surprisingly enough, despite having 9 Zergs today, we're actually getting a decent-ish mix of matchups, I think. Actually, no, I guess we never got to cast mana, so we never got the PvT. It's been a lot of Zergs.
Yeah, shedding a single tear for all of our Protoss fans out there. It was a brief glimmer of hope, but unfortunately mana was eliminated earlier on, so it's nothing but Zergs and one SouL Terran hope.
Yep. But as we wait around for SouL and Snute to give the go-ahead and the ready that they're ready to start up this next game.
Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Let's look at the players, though. SouL, definitely that really cool player. I've really enjoyed watching him kind of come up in the scene. I feel like he wasn't as strong a force until about 2 to 3 months ago. He's actually gotten a lot better and is actually starting to contend with a lot of these top-level players. But still got to get a little bit of work done to actually come back in this particular series.
Yeah, for SouL, the only other time, if I remember correctly, that I've ever heard of SouL was when he was playing in, I think I randomly tuned into like Go for SC2 finals or something. And he actually crushes those things. So definitely one of these kind of like grinders that does go through a lot of these like daily, weekly, monthly tournaments. And maybe this is where he will find his success. So let's go ahead and introduce our players for our map. Starting off with our green Terran player, we've just been talking about him. He is SouL.
Oh,
wait, I just introduced the wrong player, didn't
I?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
I had my camera on the wrong player.
It's all good. It happens. All right, SouL. And spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It's Snute from Team Liquid.
I've never messed up an intro that badly before. I had like the player, like I had the color wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said green. I was like, wait, what? Did you say green?
I was pretty sure I had it on your observer perspective, but instead I had accidentally clicked off the last second to SouL. And I was like, that's an awfully bright. Wow, Fear Dragon is really bad at observing. Is moving his camera around so much.
Man, Fear Dragon, stop boxing all these units. I mean, seriously, calm down with the mouse.
Yeah, you're supposed to be observing, not pretending like you're playing. God.
What, are you trying to measure your observer APM, man? Come on.
Your OAPM.
Wouldn't that be sick?
That needs to be a thing.
At the end of the games, it's like viewers get to all see the observer's APM and then judge them hard. It's like, oh, well, in Fez's APM is so much higher than Fear Dragon's when he observes. I mean, he's clearly just a straight up better player mechanically, or observer mechanically.
Oh my god. Well, I'm so glad I got that out of my casting history. I've just never done that before. To be fair, though, in my defense, I don't actually physically observe games myself that often. So
Yeah.
that's my excuse, and I am sticking to it.
It's also like 3:30 in the morning for you, so you know what? You get extra excuses, man. You can just start eating like a s'more or something on cast and just start like talking with a giant s'more in your mouth. You know what? Nobody would judge you.
Man, if I had a giant s'more right now, I would eat it on cast. But unfortunately, I am s'moreless. Korea not big on s'mores, surprisingly
Really?
enough. I'm not sure that's actually a thing here. Can you imagine a nation of people who have just never eaten s'mores, Fear Dragon? There's probably a lot of those when I think about it now. I'm just like, I just grew up and those were such a part of my childhood. Like,
It's just that sudden dawning realization in the middle of the cast. It's like, wait a second. I can't have s'mores here. You know what? I never realized
it makes
this
it
before.
so much worse now.
I'm sorry, man. I've literally made your entire country harder to live in for you now for the rest of your stay there.
Well, I'm sure I can find s'mores somewhere. I mean, that's the great thing about South Korea is like, you know, if you're just really into like Bengali food, you can just find a restaurant that serves that somewhere. I found actual Texas barbecue the other day, so it definitely made me feel a little bit closer to home. So speaking of a little bit closer to home, Snute Zerglings are a little bit closer to SouL's home. He is actually going to be marauding this, okay, well, 3 SCVs at the same time, but one of them will go down. There it is.
Yeah, really nicely done. It's really clever movement over there from Snute. He sends those Zerglings all, you can see kind of on the map right now, the path that those Zerglings took all along the north-hand side, and he even gets out of there with these Zerglings, which may not even seem like the biggest deal, because it's like, what? It's 2 Zerglings at 50 minerals. What's the big deal? He gets out of there with them. It's about the idea that he doesn't have to remake those Zerglings to get that additional vision. He can keep them alive. He's going to be able to move in anytime he wants to get a scout on and exactly what SouL's doing and his army composition.
All right, well, here we go. The real indication of exactly which path this game is going to take is upon us, Fear Dragon.
Man, Snute moves in with those organs. What I was talking about, he moves in, sees exactly what SouL's doing. He sees the 3rd command center coming down very quickly, and he's going to be able to immediately react to it.
Yep, throws down that 3rd hatchery of his own. It's already down, already has those workers transferring to it. Wisely kind of sends them back a little bit just so that these Hellions don't have too easy of a time. There's so many Hellions out there on the map, but they do not fare too well against Roaches, Fear Dragon.
Yeah, not only that, there's a lot of Zerglings flooding out behind this. I think that Snute's looking, because that 3rd command center is going down in the wall in, Snute may even be able to hit a timing right before that 3rd CC is finished up, cancel it from being built, and potentially even actually cancel it entirely if he's able to get enough damage done.
Yeah, he doesn't have any Ravagers, but he still will be able to get up this ramp, and all the SCV in its path of building is actually on the far side. So if he can just hit that SCV, that's the real victory here.
Yep, and he is going to be able to take it out. He might be going after that SCV building the bunker, but no, looks like he says, okay, let's go after the Hellions. No way I'm going to be able to cancel that bunker, but oh, Ravager comes out. SCV is going to be in danger. No, Hellions.
I feel like that was a little bit of an overextension. He's still going to have those Ravagers, but he's not going to be able to morph them where he is trying to. They are going to get canceled. Actually, one of them getting killed there. And even though the Ravager shot will take out the majority of the Hellions, I don't know if this rush is going to be safe and sound. Marauder makes it to the bunker just in time.
Yeah, but the thing is, Snute actually has a balling economy behind this. He's got 6 workers in production and sitting at 65. I mean, you would think that we were watching Liquid Ret right now, and that 3rd command center for SouL is still not finished up. He finally finishes it up, but now the Zerglings and the Ravagers are sitting in the main base, potentially going to kill off these Cyclones.
I believe the Cyclones will be able to be kind of immortal. There are plenty of SCVs here. And with this initial push, the aggression being thwarted, and like you said, Fear Dragon, that 3rd command center being completed, I think he's going to be pretty good. Like you said, how many
78
SCVs?
workers, exactly. As a mathematics major, double math major, you can confirm this, right?
I can, in fact, well, I would be able to if, in fact, that was where I was devoting my brain to. Currently, my brain is devoted to pronouncing names correctly, not calling shuttles dropships, and making sure that I can keep my eyes awake at 3:30 a.m. So we're multitasking a little bit right now, but so are our players. So I think that's the least I can do.
I think my favorite part about what you just said was that you said not calling shuttles dropships, which are both Brood War units.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a problem I have even when I'm casting Brood War. But now, not only there are no shuttles, but even if there were, I would still probably have an issue calling them dropships. Either way, we have neither of those units in this game. I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, how did that barracks produce a Reaver? Wow. At that point, it's time to go to bed. But I'm not quite there just yet.
Yeah. Well, Snute does sit up in supply, and the one thing that he was sitting behind in was definitely his tech for a while. The lair only gets started up after all the aggression had settled down at the end of it. But now, I mean, he's still sitting. He was sitting on a really awesome economy behind all that aggression, so he gets up his lair tech, and he's able to continue to pump out lots and lots of units. The Banshee tries to come in, gets 2 worker kills, and has to back off. It doesn't exactly have cloak or anything coming out, so that may just need to come back for the defense over here.
Yeah, he will be at least trying to defend. I mean, one Banshee getting a couple of kills, being a little bit annoying, not going to be a deal breaker. But this big push coming forward might just be enough if he's able to take out these Cyclones.
Cyclone's getting some good damage done, especially on those roaches. The Ravagers are slowly closing in, though, and focus firing down each one of those Cyclones. All of them have gone down. The one Banshee may be able to deal out some good damage, but, I mean, one Banshee, is that really going to be enough?
Hero Banshee, how heroic can you be? Corrosive Vile's actually hitting a little bit, but I'm not sure if this is really going to be enough. That Banshee will eventually just kill everything.
Yeah, that Siege Shank also... Okay, Siege Shank does get taken out, but it deals some serious damage to Snute's roach count. The only problem is, again, Snute has such an amazing economy. He's sitting at... Okay, this is getting to the point of you have too many drones, Snute. 87 drones. I actually feel like I'm watching Rhett right now.
So to put this in perspective, Snute has as many drones as his opponent SouL has units. So
oh my god.
That is a somewhat large number of drones. Building drones, another useful talent to have. If you have the ability to do that and can make it up to the same number as Snute, well, you might be a pretty good player. You might have also just built nothing but drones and no units, but you know, either way. This is going to be an interesting position to find ourselves in. It's the all-in kind of continues. This is just like the all-in that never ends. It's like, well, I thought I was all-in before, but now I'm really all-in. But now I'm really all-in. And it's not necessarily an all-in because, of course, he has about 90 drones behind it, but it is insane amounts of pressure.
Yeah, and it's an all-in in the form of tech. He didn't really have anything behind that, but GG gets called. Snute takes it with just straight-up raw macro from the roach counts.
Wow. That was actually a little bit insane to watch Fear Dragons. So
no, Insane already got knocked out.
Literally the funniest person. Funny guy, Fear Dragon.
Gotta come up with those puns rapidly, man. Can't let them snoot behind you. Sorry, I'm done.
What?
I'm trying too hard now.
Okay.
Move on, Rapid, move on!
All right, well, we are out of there. And as we do progress through this tournament, you know, I'm just really glad that I've gotten to be a part of this. So thanks once again for having me on for the EU Ladder Heroes here for January. We've made it through a lot of players that I would have expected to be in the grand finals. Guys like Mana, guys like Nurchio, guys like even Namshar lost in the very first round. And we're making it all the way down to the finals with Snute and Elazer facing off.
Yeah, I am actually really excited about this one as well, because I mentioned this before. Elazer has won 2 Ladder Heroes Monthly Finals, and could be the first one to win, a European player to win 3. And Snute, he has technically won 2 Ladder Heroes competitions, but one has been in North America and one has been in Europe. So, you know, he's technically also going on 3. The question is, who's going to be able to make it there first? We're going to find out in a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. And by the way, I don't like to usually talk about this during the game. I don't want to detract from the awesome play that we get to see. But a big thank you to Lib75. Thank you so much for the 4-month resub to the channel. And seriously appreciate it. But we're going to hop into the next series as soon as it is ready for the grand finals. We'll see you guys.